everybody? Welcome to another episode of Rob's World of Boxing. Let's get it. Alright, I want to get to this fight video, talk about the fights that happened over the weekend, get into some fights that's going to happen this upcoming weekend, and touch on a couple other little things, man. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, first fight I want to talk about that happened over the weekend transpired Saturday, March 18th. It was at the Agenda Arena in Dubai. It came on 1 p.m. Eastern Time. It was a 10-round, the main event. It was the only fight I'm going to talk about. It was a 10-round contest at heavyweight. Heavyweight is the big boys. All right, it was Gerald Big Baby Miller versus Lucas Brown. Gerald Big Baby Miller was 25-0, 1 draw, 22 KOs, 34 years of age. He's from Brooklyn, New York. Lucas Brown was 31-3, 27 KOs, and 43 years of age. So he kind of up there, man. OG in the game. All right, Joe Big Baby Miller scored a 6-round TKO win versus Lucas Brown in a slobber knocker between a very out of shape Big Baby Miller, who came into the fight 340 fucking pounds, man. Yeah, I think it was like 333, but shit, rounded off 340, man. He's 340. And over the hill, 43-year-old Lucas Brown, man, was just, a fight between two people past their prime, in my opinion, man. And it was a lot of, just leaning on each other, a lot of sloppiness from both guys, man. It really wasn't easy on the eyes at all, man. But yeah, man, Joe Big Baby Miller pulled it together enough in the 6th round to get the TKO win versus Brown, man. He had just enough to muster, that Brown didn't, to get him out of there, man. Giving Big Baby Miller the 6th round TKO win versus Lucas Brown, man. I really feel Big Baby Miller needs to get back into shape, man, and get focused on boxing, man. I mean, you don't get much time, in the sport, man. Shit. It's a young man game. Fucking 35, 36-year-old boxer, man. He's old. 35, 36-year-old man. He's cool, but shit, it's different, man. Fucking, yeah, man, he needs to start taking it more seriously, in my opinion. If this is what he want to do in his life. If not, spin off, man, because you can't play boxing, like I say, man. But nonetheless, good job, Gerald Big Baby Miller, getting that win, man. All right, next fight I want to talk about on the card transpired Thursday, March 16th. It was in Quebec, Canada. It came on 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It was, it aired on ESPN Plus. It was a 10-round contest of light heavyweight. Light heavyweight is 175 pounds, if you didn't know. All right, it was between John Pascal and Michael Eifert. I probably should have talked about this first, being it came on Thursday and the other fights came on Saturday, but hey, it is what it is. All right, John Pascal was 36-6, 1 draw, 20 KOs. He's from Canada, so it's a hometown fight for him, and he's 40 years of age, so he's getting up there, John Pascal. He's coming off of a pretty lengthy suspension as well, so yeah, I know that don't help. His opponent, Michael Eifert, was 11-1, 4 KOs, 25 years of age, and he is from Germany. All right, Michael Eifert outboxed and outpointed John Pascal. He was just a step ahead of him all night and clearly faster than the 40-year-old Pascal. And the judges agreed, man. One judge having the fight 118 to 110. For Eifert, well, it doesn't even matter. Another judge having it 117 to 111 for Eifert, and the final judge having it 115 to 113. Also for Eifert, giving Michael Eifert the unanimous decision win versus John Pascal, man. Good job, Michael Eifert, getting that win. Pascal didn't want to talk, man, after the fight about retirement, you know, because they brought it up, and I guess he looked like he was kind of annoyed. You know, he was talking about his future. He don't want to bring up retirement. But in my opinion, it should be a topic of conversation because, man, look how you looked. Your age, you're fucking 40 years old. So it should for sure be a topic of conversation. But nonetheless, good job, Michael Eifert, getting that win. All right. Next fight I want to talk about on well, all these are separate cards, actually. Sorry about that. I talked about the main event in the first card, main event in the second card. All right, third card. All right, let's get into it. I'm only going to talk about the main event. All right, came on Saturday, March 18th in Long Beach, California. Was the DAZN card. DAZN, Match Rome is Eddie Hearn. All those guys, man. It came on at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. 8 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, it was a 10-round contest. Junior welterweight. Junior welterweight is 140 pounds, if you didn't know. All right, the original main event got canceled because Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez missed weight by 12 pounds for his fight against Gabe Rosado. And, yeah, man, 12 fucking pounds. Come on, buddy. What were you doing? Eating the whole cow? Fucking, that's crazy. And you 175 pounds or so. I ain't never seen nobody miss weight by 12 pounds. He came out, he put it like a little bulletin or whatever you want to call it, trying to make things right, talk about, he was basically saying he was embarrassed and all this shit, and he apologized, but 12 pounds, man, come on, bro. All right, man, let's get into the, so since they had to cancel that because he, was very undisciplined, they moved JoJo and Hester in the main event, so let's get into it. JoJo Diaz was 32-3, 1 draw, 15 KOs, 30 years of age. And Mercito Hester was 33-3, 3 draws, 17 KOs. All right, JoJo was actually an 8-1 favorite versus Jester in this fight, but he wasn't fighting like it, man. I mean, he had his moments with nice counter punches every now and again, especially in the 5th round. He had a very nice moment, and he was, basically beating up Hester that whole round. But other than that, Hester was hitting, not getting hit, jumping in and out, i.e. Manny Pacquiao, and using his feet well. Against the out-of-shape JoJo Diaz, in my opinion, man. En route to an easy win. That's what I seen before the judges even scored the scorecard. That was my opinion. The easy win for Hester. And basically the judges agreed, well, a couple of them. One judge had to fight, I don't know how the fuck he had it 97-93 for Diaz, in a fight that I did not see at all. And the final 2 judges had to fight more of what I was seeing. One judge had it 99-91 for Hester, and the other judge had it 98-92 for Hester, giving Mercito Hester the split decision win versus JoJo Diaz, man. Yeah, man. I feel like JoJo Diaz is looking like an old 30-year-old man, and he needs to he's at a crossroads, so he needs to get focused or get out the door, man. He ain't on Gerald Big Baby Miller level, because he really needs to get focused or get the fuck out the door. But man, he's at a crossroad, man. He's finna end up being a doormat for these young fighters coming in the game. That's where it's looking like his career going. It don't look like he's a championship contender anymore. I don't see that in JoJo's future unless he starts to see it in himself and get refocused. But nonetheless, good job, Mercedo Hester, getting that win. I don't know what's next for JoJo, man. All right. But that was it for all the boxing action that happened over the weekend. It was a real light weekend of boxing, man. I was looking forward to that fucking Zurdo Ramirez fight, but he missed weight, so I wasn't able to see that one. And yeah, man. Other than that, it was like I said, it was a very underwhelming weekend of boxing. All right, but this upcoming weekend, man, oh man, it's anything but on paper. Let's get into it, man. First fight I want to talk about is going to transpire Thursday, March 23rd in Montreal, Canada. It's going to come on ESPN Plus at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. 7 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, it's going to be a 10-round contest of super middleweight. Super middleweight is 168 pounds, if you didn't know. It's going to be Christian Mibley versus Carlos Gongora. Christian Mibley is 23-0, 20 KOs, 27 years of age. He's Orthodox style fighter, stands at 5'8.5" with a 72-inch reach from Cameroon, and he's looking to put his name on the map versus his opponent, Carlos Gongora. He's 21-1, 16 KOs, 33 years of age. He's a southpaw, so that should make things interesting, like it always does. Orthodox versus southpaw. Sorry about that. All right. He's 6'1". He also has a 72-inch reach, though, so that's not an advantage. His height. He's from Ecuador. His only loss came December of 2021 versus Laurent Richards, when Laurent Richards was 15-0 in a split decision loss. He won a fourth round TKO versus Oscar Rios, who was 28-15 his last fight, being Carlos Gongora. And that was his first fight back since his first loss of his career versus Laurent Richards, as I stated earlier. I feel like this is going to be a good fight, man. I feel like Christian Mibley, he's a good-looking fighter on paper, 23-0, 20 KOs. Honestly, I've never seen him, but on paper, he looks amazing. And Carlos Gongora, he's a hell of a fighter, man. He was doing good. He was, looking good against Laurent Richards. Laurent Richards just had a little more than he had that fight, man. And I feel like he's a very good fighter, man. He is 33 years of age, but he's good. But man, they look like they put him up against a killer, man. 23-0 with 20 KOs. I'm gonna go with the guy with 23-0, 20 KOs, who look like he hit hard as hell. So I will run with Christian Mibley, man. The upset Carlos Gongora, if you can call it that, and tack his second his second loss of his career on him, and put him at a crossroads, man. Hopefully after this fight they'll throw Gongora in there with a soft touch, because this is anything but, on paper. But yeah, I got Christian Mibley. Quick prediction: Christian Mibley, and I'll say unanimous. Nah, fuck that. He got all that power. 9th round KO win for Christian Mibley. All right. Next fight card I want to talk about is going to transpire Saturday, February 25th in Fresno, California. It's going to come on ESPN. ESPN Plus is a top-ranked card. Top rank is Bob Arum. All those guys. It's going to come on 6 p.m. Eastern Time. 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to come on. It's going to be at the Save Mart Arena in Fresno, California, as I said. Well, Save Mart Center, excuse me. All right. The main event is going to be a 12-round contest at junior welterweight. Junior welterweight is 140 pounds, if you didn't know. It's going to be between Jose Ramirez, Richard Cooney. Jose Ramirez is 27-1, 17 KOs, 30 years of age, Orthodox style fighter. He stands at 5'10" with a 72-inch reach. He's from Avenal, California. Only thing I really know in Avenal, California is the prison. You know, so he's from up there with a pen at. All right. Only loss Jose Ramirez has came against Josh Taylor when Josh Taylor was 17-0 with a unanimous decision loss May of 2021, and he's looking to keep his winning streak alive, basically in his hometown of Fresno, which he did his last fight versus Jose Pedraza when Pedraza was 29-3, and that fight transpired March of 2022. Man, that boy Jose Ramirez loved fighting in Fresno. I think he was supposed to fight Regis Prograis or something like that, but he opted to fight Richard Cooney in Fresno instead of, you know, going for a belt against Prograis, you know, and that kind of baffled me. But like I told you, he loves fighting in Fresno. That boy loves Fresno. He loves Fresno. All right, let's give his opponent though, Richard Cooney. Richard Cooney is 30-4, 1 draw, 27 KOs. He's 36 years of age. So he getting up there. He's Orthodox style fighter. He stands at 5'8" with a 71-inch reach from Ghana. And his last 5 fights, his record is 2-2-1. Ouch. So he's looking to get some traction with a win versus Jose Ramirez in this fight, man. Hopefully he could do that. His last fight he had a draw versus Jose Pedraza, who was 29-4, coming off of a loss to Jose Ramirez. His last fight. That's what I just said, basically. Okay. His losses came against Richard Cooney's losses came against two notable losses came against Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko, man. So you can't be ashamed of those losses. Freaking who the fuck else he lose to? I forget who else he lose to. I know he lost to them for sure though. All right. My thoughts on the fight, quick prediction. I feel like this is gonna be a pretty good fight, man. I feel like both fighters are fairly equally matched. I feel like Jose Ramirez has a little more left in the tank than Richard Cooney. I say it's gonna be a hard fought fight, but I say a unanimous decision win for Jose Ramirez, getting that win versus Richard Cooney. All right, next fight on the card I want to talk about is gonna be on their undercard. It's a 10-round contest at strawweight. Strawweight is 105 pounds. If you didn't know, it's the lightest division in boxing, man. All right, for Estrada's WBA title and Rashida's WBC title. All right, let's get into it. It's Senicia Estrada versus Tina Ripachida. Senicia Estrada is 23-0, 9 KOs, 30 years of age, Orthodox style fighter. She stands at 5'2" with a 63-inch reach, and she's from East LA, California, man. Senicia super bad Estrada, man. Excuse me. She's the WBA strawweight champion. Put some respect on the champ name. Her opponent, Tina Ripachida. She's 12-0, 1 draw, 3 KOs, 30 years of age. She's Orthodox style fighter. She stands at 4'10". Jeez. She's fucking short as hell. That should be an advantage for Senicia Estrada, man. See if she can work it. All right. Ripachida is from Germany, and they call her Tiny Tina, man. So let's see if Tiny Tina can get the job done versus super bad Estrada, man. And she's a bad motherfucker. You seen what she did to the girl with the mom trunks. If you didn't, go check it out in my shorts, man. I got it in one of my short videos. Go check that shit out. Woo! What song they was playing that this girl is on fire. She left her on fire. Jesus. All right, yeah. Tiny Tina is WBC strawweight champ. I don't know if I said it. All right. I feel like Senicia Estrada, like I said, she's a dog, man. She's just one of those ones for the women, like the GWOAT, like Alicia Baumgartner, Katie Taylor. She's one of those ones. And yeah, I don't see Tina Repershuta, or Tiny Tina beating her. So I got Sinicia Estrada in the unanimous decision win versus Tiny Tina, man. All right, and also on the card, we got a lot of young prospects, man, unbeaten prospects, very good prospects. Some of Tim Bradley's top prospects. All right, let's get into it, man. All of them, their opponents are to be announced. We don't know who they're gonna fight yet, but the youngsters are on the card. All right, we got unbeaten lightweight Raymond Danger Moratala, who's 16-0, 13 KOs. He's on the card. Also, we got 2016 Olympian lightweight contender Carlos Balderas, who's 14-1, 12 KOs. He's gonna be on the card. Also, we got 6'9" heavyweight Antonio El Gigante Ramirez. He's 6-0 with 6 KOs, KOing everybody who's got in the ring with him. He's going to be on the card. Also, we got lightweight prospect Charlie Sheehy, who's 5-0 with 4 KOs, up from Daly City, California, up here where we at. He's going to be on the card also. And finally, we have middleweight Javier Martinez who's 8-0 with 4 KOs. And he's gonna be on the card, man. So it's gonna be an amazing card. Amazing card, man. Check it out. Like I said, it's gonna be in Fresno, California. Freaking a lot of young guys on I love watching the young guns, man. So a lot of young guns on the card, and a pretty good main event and a pretty good co-main event, man. So yeah, check that one out. All right, next card I want to talk about. It's gonna transpire Saturday, March 25th in Guadalajara, Mexico. It's gonna come on DAZN. In this case, DAZN is Matchroom and Eddie Hearn, all those guys. All right, the main event is gonna be a 10-round contest at junior welterweight. Junior welterweight is 140 pounds. If you didn't know, it's gonna be Jose Zepeda versus Niraja Goit. Jose Zepeda is 35-3, 27 KOs, 33 years of age. He's a southpaw. He stands at 5'8" with a 70.5-inch reach. He's a southpaw. I already said that. He's from Long Beach, California. Sorry about that. His last fight was a 11th round KO loss versus Regis Rougarou Prograis when Regis was 27-1, and that fight transpired November of 2022. Before that, he had just scored a first round TKO win versus Jose Vargas, who was 19-1. And that fight transpired October of 2021. And he beat the hell out of Jose Vargas after talking a whole lot of shit, Vargas being. He humbled Vargas in that fight. Yeah, but like I said, he's coming off of a loss. And let's see if he can get back to his winning ways versus his opponent, Niraja Goit. Niraja Goit is 17-3, 2 draws, 7 KOs, 31 years of age. His orthodox style fighter stands at 5'7.5", and he's from India. Honestly, I've never heard of Goit. So yeah, let's see what he has to offer versus Jose Zepeda. I feel like Jose Zepeda should get the win, and he will get the win versus a fighter I haven't heard of, Goit. He's like on that second tier of fighters at 140 pounds, man. You know, you got your number one tier with the champions, and you know, the other fighters who not champions, the TOs, the Ryan Garcias, you know, all those fighters. Then you got your second tier, man, with the Jose Zepedas and the Jose Pedrajas and Jose Ramirez's and all those fighters, you know. So I feel like he's on that second tier right there. And yeah, man, he's a hell of a fighter, man. So I don't see Goit taking him out, man. I'll say a ninth round KO win for Jose Cepeda, getting back to his winning ways. That's just, that's my opinion. All right, next fight on the card I want to talk about is a 10-round contest at junior middleweight. Junior middleweight is 154 pounds, if you did know. All right, it's not a fight. It's talk about who's going to be on the card, because his opponent is to be announced. We don't know who his opponent is going to be, but Carlos Ocampo is going to be on the card. He's 34-2, 22 KOs, 27 years of age, orthodox style fighter. He stands at 5'10.5" with a 73-inch reach. He's from Baja, California, Mexico. His last fight was a unanimous decision loss versus Sebastian Fundora, when Fundora was 19-0 with one draw, and that fight transpired October of 2022. Only other loss other than Fundora was versus Errol Spence Jr. when Spence Jr. was 23-0, June of 2018. It was a first round KO loss versus Errol Spence Jr. So shit, maybe shouldn't have brought that up, bro. My fault. All right, so let's see if he can get this win versus whoever the fuck they throw in the ring with him, because we don't know yet. All right. Let's get to the next fight on the card. Also, we don't know who his opponent is going to be, so let's just talk about him. It's a 10-round contest of featherweight. Featherweight is 126 pounds. Did know it's going to be between, Rafael Espinosa is going to be on the card. Like I said, we don't know who his opponent is going to be. Rafael Espinosa is 19-0, 16 KOs, 28 years of age, is orthodox style fighter. He stands at 6'1" from Guadalajara, Mexico. So it's a hometown fight for him. Honestly, I haven't seen him before, but he looks fucking amazing on paper, man. So let's see if he translates in the ring how he does on paper. Hold on. All right. Like I said, man, he looked good as hell on paper. And Eddie Hearn, man, he's starting. A lot of people throwing flack on Eddie Hearn's name, saying he don't know what the hell he's doing. Mainly Oscar De La Hoya at the end of this video. I'm gonna get into it, but he's doing good with this card, man. He's been doing good lately. He's been getting a lot better with promotion. Just like with this one, for example, it's in Guadalajara. He got a whole lot of Mexican fighters on the card, which is an amazing. It's gonna appeal to all the Mexican, crowd. So he knows what he's doing, man. He's one of the top promoters in the game for a reason, So give him his praise. All right. Next, let's get back to the cards. Next fight on the card I want to talk about is an 8-round contest at super middleweight. Super middleweight is 168 pounds. If you did know, it's going to be between Aaron Silva and Jaime Lopez. Aaron Silva is 11-0, 8 KOs, 25 years of age, orthodox style fighter, stands at 6 foot. Sorry about that. He stands at 6 foot even with a 70-inch reach from Nuevo Leon, Mexico. Honestly, I never heard of him either, but he also looks amazing on paper, man. So, yeah, just like Rafael Espinosa. Let's see. All right, let's go to his opponent, Jaime Lopez. Jaime Lopez is 10-8, 4 KOs, 31 years of age. He's from Mexico as well. And in his last 8 fights, he's 1-7, man. So, yeah, he looks pretty much like an opponent brought there to lose. So, yeah, man, Aaron Silva better get that win against somebody who's 1-7 in his last 8 fights. I say second round KO win, man, for Aaron Silva. All right. Let's get into the next fight card I want to talk about. It's going to transpire Saturday, March 25th in Manchester, England at the O2 Arena. It's going to be on Sky Sports. I don't know where it's going to, I don't know where the broadcast is going to be in the U.S., where it's going to come on. But in the U.K., it's going to be on Sky Sports. Check it out if you can. All right. And if you want to watch in the U.S., do your homework, man. Let me know. Put it in the comments. All right, let's get to the main event. The main event is a 12-round contest. The cruiserweight is 176. Well, anything 176 to 200 pounds. All right, it's for Lawrence Okoye's WBO cruiserweight belt. Let's get into it. All right, it's Lawrence Okoye versus David Light. Lawrence Okoye is 18-0, 14 KOs, 30 years of age. He's an orthodox style fighter, stands at 6'5" with an 82.5-inch reach from London. He became champ in 2021 when he scored a 6-round KO win versus Krzysztof Glowacki, who was 31-2 at the time they clashed. And Lawrence Okoye is coming off of the unanimous decision win versus Michael Cislak, who was 21-1 at the time they clashed, February of 2022. So that was like a little over a year ago. So he hasn't been in the ring in a little over a year, man. So let's see if ring rust plays a factor in this fight against his opponent, David Light. David Light is 20-0, 12 KOs, 31 years of age. Orthodox style fighter, stands at 6'1.5". So Lawrence Okoye is gonna have a big height advantage versus David Light. David Light is from New Zealand, and honestly, I've never heard of David Light. But let's see what he has to offer, man. This is his first time stepping up in competition, I've heard. And yeah, man, let's see if he can get this win in his first step-up fight, and his first time at the belt, man, trying to become champ versus Lawrence Okoye. All right, quick prediction. I feel like Lawrence Okoye, man, this is going to be a tough fight for him. What I seen, I wasn't too impressed. It wasn't nothing to write home about in the fights I have seen him in. He kind of struggled versus Slack, if you ask me. But I feel like, just with the height, man, and the reach, man, and the athleticism, he should be able to put it all together eventually, And I just feel like if he can just work that jab this fight, that could probably get him through the fight and he can win this fight. So I'll say a unanimous decision win for Lawrence Okoye versus David Light, keeping his belt, getting that win. All right, they say Jack Catterall was going to be on this card, but I was doing my homework and I didn't see him on the card, man. So I'm not quite sure, so I'm not even going to talk about it. But if Jack Catterall is on the card, don't be surprised. If he's not on the card, don't be let down. All right, yeah, man. That's what they say. I honestly don't know. So. All right, man, oh man. Let's get into it. Hold on. Hold the fuck on. Next fight card I want to get into, man, is a highly anticipated fight card. I've been waiting on it. I know a lot of you been waiting on it. It's going down. It's Chris Brown going down. Oh no, he said, I'm going to take you down. Well, it's going down. Like Young Jock. There we go. It's Young Jock going down. All right. It's going to transpire Saturday, March 25th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Showtime pay-per-view. PBC. PBC is Premier Boxing Champions. Premier Boxing Champions is Al Heyman. All those guys. As I stated, man, it's a highly anticipated bout between David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. Man, it's going to come on 7 p.m. Eastern Time. 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Tune in. I don't know if I said it. It is pay-per-view, man. I didn't get the price, but it don't fucking matter. I'm buying it, man. And you should buy it too, man. I'm telling you. It's going to be a hell of a fight. All right? Let's get into it. It's a 12-round contest with a main event. It's a 12-round contest at super middleweight. Super middleweight is 168 pounds, if you didn't know. It's for David Benavidez's WBC, or interim WBC 168-pound belt. All right. David Benavidez is 26-0, 23 KOs, 26 years of age. He's an orthodox style fighter. He stands at 6'2" with a 74.5-inch reach. He's from Phoenix, Arizona, and he's the fucking Mexican monster, man. He has a fairly weak resume, honestly, at at the weight, man, in my opinion. But a win against Caleb Plant would most definitely strengthen his resume and turn that around. Because Caleb Plant is a hell of a fighter, man. Hell of a fighter. Let's get into him. Caleb Plant is 22-1, 13 KOs, 30 years of age, orthodox style fighter. He stands at 6'1" with a 74-inch reach. So, yeah, man, everybody keep talking about David Benavidez's height advantage over Caleb Plant, man, but he's not that taller. He's only an inch taller, and their reach is basically the same. He's only a half-inch longer reach. So, yeah, it's not too big of an advantage, man. I feel like Caleb Plant, that's a good look for you. All right, Caleb Plant from Nashville, Tennessee. His only loss came against Canelo Alvarez when Canelo Alvarez was 56-1 with 2 draws. So that's nothing to be ashamed of. And that fight transpired November of 2021 in an 11th round TKO loss for Caleb Plant, man. But everybody keeps saying he lost. He's not this and he's not that. But it's only one Canelo Alvarez, man. So that's something to look at too. All right. His last fight was a spectacular KO win versus Anthony Durrell, man. A 9th round KO win versus Anthony Durrell. When Anthony Durrell was 34-2, and that fight transpired October of 2022. Man, it was a shocking, surprising knockout for Caleb Plant, man. Against Durrell, I didn't feel like he was gonna get that knockout. He hasn't displayed that power, in his career much, but it was a pleasant surprise. And yeah, man. I feel like thoughts and predictions on this fight. I feel like I said, this is gonna be a hell of a fight, man. Probably the fight of the year, man. It might be a fight of the decade, man. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. Man. There's a lot of bad blood in this fight. David don't like Caleb. Caleb don't like David. David been really angry towards Caleb, angry towards everything that has to do with Caleb. He's been angry at Caleb's trainer. David's dad been angry at Caleb trainer, who's a real mild-mannered man, Stephen Bradman Adams, man. He don't be trying to get into it with nobody, man. He hella cool, even kill, but they even been attacking Bradman, man. They're mad, they hot. And it's like I said, it's a lot of bad blood in this fight, man. A lot of bad blood. I really don't know where it all roots from. I know they got into it at, the boxing gym, but that can't be it, man. That can't be it. And, like I said, they don't like each other. Freaking David just know he's gonna beat the snot out of Caleb Plant. That's what he said. He's gonna beat his ass. He's gonna, fuck around and try to kill him in the ring and all this shit, all these evil words he's saying about Caleb. Man, I feel like Caleb can upset upset David, and he can turn this shit around. He could turn it around in his favor, and David's anger. He can use David's anger against him, because Caleb's a hell of a boxer, and if David comes in angry, like how he's displaying in the pressers and all this, boxing is a thinking man's game. He can hit him and not get hit and just keep hitting him and wrapping him up, wrapping him up. Depends on how that ref is too, because some refs be tripping about wrapping it up. So we shall see, man. Hopefully David uses his mind and not as angry as his, as leading up to the fight would, give off. But we shall see, man. Quick prediction. I feel like, oh man, it's gonna be a hard one. Man, My mind is telling me David Benavidez is gonna win, but my heart wants Caleb to win, man. I don't know why. I just don't like David's energy, man. I don't like no bully. I don't like how I feel like he's trying to bully Caleb Plant, man. I really don't like bullies. I hate fucking bullies, and I hate that energy, man. So my mind is telling me David, but my heart's telling me Caleb. Heart saying a unanimous decision win. Caleb outboxing him, like I said, wrap him up every time he get close, hit not get hit. Go to the body, don't get caught in a toe-to-toe, Johnson measuring contest with David Benavidez. He can win that fight. That's what my heart tells me. My head tells me David is gonna, let Caleb do what he does. Then in the later half of the fight, it's gonna wear him down and, just eventually just wear him down and just beat him, just beat him, just beat everything out of him. That's what my mind is saying. He's just gonna beat him down, man. And I'm gonna go with my mind, man. I say a ninth round KO win for David Benavidez. I know I've been saying ninth round a lot in this video, man. But hey, man, I guess 9 is on my mind. Ninth round KO win for David Benavidez, man. That's my prediction. It's going to be a hell of a fight, people. I promise you. It's going to be a hell of a fight. Tune in. All right, let's get into the rest of the card. Next fight I want to talk about on the card is going to be a 10-round contest of junior middleweight. Junior middleweight is 154 pounds. If you didn't know, it's going to be between Jesus Ramos and Joy Spencer. This is going to be a good one, too. Jesus Ramos is 19-0, 15 KOs, 22 years of age. He's a southpaw. He stands at 5'10", with a 72-inch reach from Casa Grande, Arizona. He's a very solid young prospect. Let's get into his opponent, Joy Spencer. Joy Spencer is 16-0, 10 KOs, 22 years of age. He's orthodox style fighter. So that makes things a little interesting right there. How I feel about southpaws and orthodox fighters, man. All right, well, not just how I feel. It's just, the clash of styles. All right, he's also 5'10", but he has a 70-inch reach. So Jesus Ramos has the advantage in that department, 2-inch advantage. All right, he's from Grand Block, Michigan. And he's also a very solid young prospect, man. So this is a battle of the very solid young prospects and the battle of the 22-year-olds, man. So let's see who can get that win, man, and pin, whoever first loss on, whoever, man. Because somebody gotta go. Somebody finna get a L, man. Yeah, man, this is a very good fight, and I'm very excited to see it. I feel like I said, it's a good one, man. Joy Spencer, he's a good boxer. Jesus Ramos, he's a good boxer, and he come forward. I say Joy Spencer. I got a unanimous decision win for Joy Spencer. I really like Joy Spencer. Got confidence in him, man. I'm looking to see what he does in the future, man. So I'm gonna put my money on Joy. All right, let's see if we can get it done. All right. Next fight I want to talk about on the card is going to be a 10-round contest at welterweight. Welterweight is 147 pounds. If you did know, it's going to be between Cody Crowley and Abel Ramos. Cody Crowley is 21-0, 9 KOs, 29 years of age. He's a southpaw. He stands at 5'10", with a 72-inch reach from Ontario, Canada. His last fight was a unanimous decision win versus Josesito Lopez, who was 38-8 at the time they clashed, April of 2022. And Cody Crowley is a solid fighter, man, looking to take that next step. And a superstardom, man, if he can get this win, well, I ain't gonna say superstardom, and a stardom, because he ain't even a star yet to be a superstar. So into stardom, if he can, keep winning, because I ain't gonna say if this one win versus Abel Ramos is gonna put him in the stardom either. So if he can keep winning and, get that marquee opponent to push him in stardom. But yeah, first he gotta, like I said, get this win versus opponent. Abel Ramos. Abel Ramos is 27-5 with 2 draws, 21 KOs. He's Orthodox style fighter. He stands at 5'9" with a 69-inch reach. He's from Pennsylvania. His loss came, well, all his losses came versus top competitors at 140 and 147 pounds. So he's very seasoned. That, you know, he's a seasoned vet basically, man. He's lost against Regis Rougarou Prograis. He lost against Jamal James. He lost against Dennis Ugas. He, you know, and etc. Like I said, he's lost against some good fighters, man. He's been in the ring with some good fighters, which, you know, in turn brings good experience. So let's see if he can use that experience versus Cody Crowley and get a win, which I feel like he will not, I repeat, be able to do. I really like Cody Crowley, and I think Cody Crowley should be able to get a win versus I'll say you know, a fairly over the hill Abel Ramos, man. So let's see if he can get that win and prove me right. I say a unanimous decision win for Cody Crowley. All right, next fight I want to talk about is a 10-round contest at lightweight. Lightweight is 135 pounds, if you didn't know. It's going to be between Chris, Lil B-Hop, Prime Time, whatever you want to call him, Colbert, and Jose Venezuela. All right, Chris Colbert is 16-1, 6 KOs, 26 years of age, Orthodox style fighter. He stands at 5'8" with a 71-inch reach. He's from Brooklyn, New York. His last fight was unanimous decision loss, or a loss versus Hector Luis Garcia when Garcia was 14-0, and that fight transpired February of 2022. Colbert was emasculated in that fight, man, that night, in my opinion, and will never be the same, man. He'll never be the same again, in my opinion. But I feel like he need to honestly start thinking about life outside of boxing, because once you it's like, man, in a pen or something, or in jail. Once you get taken advantage of and somebody see you get took advantage of, everybody finna come take advantage of you. And I don't see this being no different, bro. You done showed you ain't got no heart. So it's up. Everybody know you ain't got no heart. So yeah, man, you might as well go focus. I see you ain't doing your barbecue business no more. I don't know what happened, but I heard you love the kids. Go do some kids. Go do something, you know, because boxing ain't for you, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You got one loss, that's it, but it's how you lost. It's kind of the worst shit I ever seen in boxing, bro. You was running. It was awful. It was awful. All right, enough about Lil B-Hop, man. But this fight is important for you, B-Hop. Prime Time, like I said, whatever you want to call a nigga. It's important as fuck, man. This is it, man. This fight is big, big, big for you. This is everything. All right, let's get into his opponent, Jose Venezuela. Jose Venezuela is 12-1, 8 KOs, 23 years of age. He's a southpaw. He stands at 5'10" with a 70-inch reach from Sinaloa, Mexico. His last fight was a third-round KO loss versus Edwin de Los Santos, who was 14-1 with 13 KOs. So he was hitting hard before the fight. He was knocking shit out. So getting knocked out by him wasn't probably a fluke, and it ain't nothing to be ashamed about. He knocking out everybody, bro. Shit happens. It's not like little B-Hop loss. The loss is different, man. Your loss got knocked out by a power puncher. His loss ran from a power puncher. Two different things. You know, at least you went out on your shield. But Jose Valenzuela, sorry about that, is trained by Jose Benavidez Sr., man. So he's going to be on double duty Saturday night, you know, with him and his son on the same card. But, yeah, Jose Valenzuela is trying to redeem himself because, like I say, he did lose his last fight. So this is basically a fighter, a fight of fighters who both is trying to redeem themselves. Like I said, I have no faith in Chris Colbert, man. I say Jose Venezuela is gonna get this win. I don't know how. I don't care how, but he's gonna get the win. Chris Colbert will not win again in boxing. That's my word. I stand on it. Yeah, I say a first round KO win. I'm putting the worst of the worst on this nigga. First round KO win for Jose Venezuela. Chris Colbert should not even be in the ring. He's not mentally ready. And he don't have a heart. You know, so yeah. Now, realistically, though, I say a fourth round KO win for Jose Venezuela. Chris Colbert, he's going to probably look good for the first little few rounds, look good, run around, do some showboating, you know, some little whack shit, then get knocked out. But yeah, that's my prediction. All right, in other news, Keyshawn Davis says he wants Frank the Ghost Morgan ASAP. He said he need that. Errol Spence says Keyshawn ain't ready, man. He said he's still a little pup. You know, he ain't ready for the big dog, Frank, man. He says Frank want Shakur Stevenson, who I feel he doesn't want any part of. Yeah, but y'all know how I feel about Shakur Stevenson. He's my favorite fucking fighter in the world. So I don't think nobody want none of Shakur Stevenson. Definitely not Frank Morton. But I honestly feel like Keyshawn Davis and Frank Morton, that would be a good fight, man, for both fighters. I feel like it'll be a test for Keyshawn, you know, because he's been, you know, well, he's been on the fast track. They say he hasn't been fighting anybody, but he's a prospect. Who the fuck he supposed to fight? But he's been fighting some. He's been getting moved along quicker than any prospect I've seen recently, you know, with the exception of a Lomachenko or something, you know, who was fighting a fucking heavyweight. I mean, a fucking championship fight, his third or fourth fight. Yeah, but he's been getting moved along pretty fast. But yeah, it'll be some good experience for him to get in there with Frank Morton. And Keyshawn Davis is a big name, say what you want. Early in his career, he's an Olympian and all this shit. He's a big name. And having that on your resume would be a good look for Frank Morton. So I see that being a hell of a fight and a good fight for both fighters. But honestly, if they did fight, I feel like Keyshawn will get that win. I just feel like he's a different kind of breed. He's a different kind of animal. So yeah, man, I fuck with Keyshawn, like I said. Well, I fuck with Shakur, but Keyshawn ain't too far behind. Yeah, so, yeah. All right. Also, in other news, freaking Oscar De La Hoya. I brought it up earlier in the video. Oscar De La Hoya is mad at Eddie Hearn because he's saying Eddie Hearn is trying to steal Jaime Munguia from him. Super middleweight contender, 41-0, 33 KOs, Jaime Munguia. From him, another one of his world champions, like he did Canelo. He told him, build your own. You don't know shit about boxing. And quote, like I said earlier in my video, man, people be giving Eddie a lot of flack. You know, man, I think he knows fairly a lot about, a lot about boxing. He done built Anthony Joshua. That was his own. He built Anthony Joshua, you know, and he's taking your fighter, Canelo. He did a good job with Canelo. And he's done it, you know, he's, like I said, he's getting better with this promotional thing. He's putting fighters in their hometown. You know, at first he was, you know, putting some cars in places they didn't belong. Now he's putting cars in places they belong. You know, he's getting better with that whole thing. So, yeah, I feel like they need to start putting a little more respect on Eddie Hearn's name. But I can see where the anger comes from, because you did build Canelo and he did just kind of run off with, you know, off on the plug, you know, and you ain't trying to have that twice. You ain't trying to have them run off on the plug twice, you know, so I can see your anger and your frustration. But, yeah, man, fucking, that's what he told him. You don't know shit about boxing. And his Roger Mayweather voice, man. R.I.P. to Roger Mayweather, too, man. But, yeah, like I said, man, I think everybody just need to get along, man. Oscar salty about Canelo, and man, it's business, man. It is what it is, man. Shit, but yo, it's gonna be a good weekend of boxing, man. Tune in if you can, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be one of the best weekends of boxing. You know, yeah, bro. David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant might be one of the fights of the year. Like I said, if not fight of the decade, man. So if you miss it, whew, sleep. Yo, like, comment, subscribe, all that shit, people. Zurdo boxing. Yeah.